Welcome to Free Thoughts from Freedom Chiropractic and Rehab, your space for health, healing, and insight. I'm Dr. Chip Bleem, and this is episode number 45. If you find these videos to be helpful, please hit that subscribe button and join us every week for more free thoughts. We share simple ideas to help you move better, feel better, and live with more freedom. Thanks for being a part of our community. This week's quote of the week comes from Albert Einstein. He said, "Once you stop learning, you start dying." It's a bold statement, but he wasn't kidding. Learning something new keeps our brains young, active, flexible, and engaged. And you don't need to master new language or go back to school. Even the smallest new skill, a recipe, a hobby, a new stretch, that wakes up a new part of your brain that might be on autopilot at the moment. When you're learning, your mind has to focus, which pulls you out of stress and into the present moment. And even every tiny win, even if you fumble around a bit, gives your confidence a little boost. So this week, take Einstein's advice. Try one new thing, not to be perfect, just to stay alive, awake, and growing. Okay, let's talk about health. Today I want to share something simple, but something that can make a big difference in how we feel every day. And it's not a supplement or a workout routine, it's simple. Learn something new. Now I know what you're thinking. Learn something new? Who has time for that? But hear me out. Being a beginner at something, anything, is actually really good for your mental health. I came across an article from the Mind Body Company, and it really broke down why being a beginner is such a powerful, overlooked part of staying mentally healthy. First, learning something new helps you reduce stress and anxiety. Think about it. When you're focused on figuring out a new task, a new recipe, or learning a new guitar chord, your brain literally can't run laps around the usual worries because you're so focused. It gives your mind a break, a reset. It pulls your thoughts out of that stress loop that we all get stuck in. Second, being a beginner boosts your confidence, and it doesn't require anything dramatic. Even the smallest, "hey, I did it" moment gives your brain a little hint of accomplishment. Maybe you follow a new workout, learn a phrase in a new language, or put together a piece of furniture without losing your mind. Every tiny win adds up, and it builds this quiet belief in yourself. And finally, learning something new brings you back to the present moment. When you're trying something for the first time, you have to pay attention. You can't multitask your way through it. You have to focus. It's basically mindfulness without sitting on a cushion and trying to breathe the, quote, right way. You just naturally drop into the moment. And if you're thinking, well, where do I start? Keep it simple. Try a 5-minute meditation, a new recipe you've never tried. Pick up a craft, download a language app. It doesn't need to be a big plan, you just need curiosity. So here's your challenge for the week. Pick one thing, just one, that you've always been curious about, and give it a shot. Not to be good at it, not to impress anyone, just to give your mind something fresh. I promise your brain and your mental health will thank you. All right, now it's time for some good news. Recently, a Houston family received a strange package in the mail, something they never expected. It was a World War II soldier's bracelet that had been lost over 80 years ago on a battlefield in France. The bracelet belonged to Staff Sergeant Joseph Joe Trincato, who served in the Army Air Forces during World War II. He wore it every day until the day his plane went down in 1944. Decades later, a French metal detector hobbyist stumbled across the bracelet in the soil. Instead of keeping it, he tracked down Joe's family, all the way in Texas, and sent it back to them. When Joe's relatives opened the package, they said it felt like a piece of him had finally come home. Imagine holding a piece of jewelry or something your loved one touched 80 years ago. It's a powerful thing. And here's why I love this story. It shows how kindness, connection, and respect don't have an expiration date. One small act by a stranger brought healing, joy, and a sense of closure to Joe's family, generations later. So here's your reminder today. Small acts of compassion really do ripple out, sometimes across continents and sometimes across decades. So take this moment and think about what you can do now to show compassion to others.